right. I think we are up and running. Let's mute this. Mute this. Click this. Take this link. Get the chat open. See if we can't post it in the Discord. Hey everyone, I am live. Enter. Discord has been real buggy recently. Don't know what's going on with that exactly. We got a Science Guy 87. Not a whole lot. Ready to play some games. Madeline is here. How's everybody doing? Are we ready for some snazzy gameplay? Gonna wait a minute, see if we can't get a couple people in here, see if I can't post some stuff. I think I am mostly set up to post things. I should probably figure out if there's a way that you can link and have everything ready prior to actually starting the stream. It looks like there's a link that's there, but it doesn't look like an actual link. Tina, yeah, we're live. Meant to do it yesterday, but got tied up with some stuff and a little bit frustrated with some certain individuals that were supposed to record a call with me, a Q&A of sorts. Read number 41. Number 41. Next week will probably just be the standard video type. Because I'm not going to be super available to stream. But when we can, we're going to stream the games instead of making videos. The Q&A will hopefully still happen. If not, then I guess it'll just be me talking to myself, asking questions that don't get answered. George, what's up? Chris is here. All right. Got some people on. I know there was no scheduling at all for this, so appreciate anyone that noticed and popped in. See if we can't make a post or two. See if we can get some people to come hang out with us. See if I can't win some games today. I've been hard on the Magic the Gathering grind, seeing if I can get to Diamond. So we'll see. I shouldn't be that rusty. But Pokeballer Mike, how's it going? Madeline, this is Ptcgl. So this is supposed to be the replacement for Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. It's currently Canada only. You can play it with a VPN. But yeah, it's not great. It's a little glitchy. It's not exactly the most aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion, for this day and age, compared to some of the other card games, online card games. But it does the trick. It's still the Pokemon trading card game, so let's give this an I'm live. Oh, I didn't even. Let's see here. See if we can't pop this link. I thought I was prepared, but apparently I'm not prepared. It's getting to the point that I maybe might need some sort of software and or system to post things for me, because it's not that hard, but it's there we go. We are all set. George, appreciate the kind words. Pokechit. Pokechit, are you a mic as well? My God, there's so many mics. I guess like right in around the age group for Michaels. I'm 100% prepared. So we're not gonna make 0 mistakes today, Chris. It's gonna be good. Raph, yeah, there's definitely some weird avatars, and the heavy breathing that they do is a little bit awkward. Yeah, there's probably quite a few Chris's. There were a lot of Matts. I know a lot of Matts. Clayton, yeah. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's like Clayton, but with an extra O in there. Oh, you're a Luke. Yeah, I don't know that many Lukes. Yeah, the avatars, it's like they have some sort of respiratory condition there. They're like, they're constant. They move a little bit more than they need to, I think. We don't have a double turbo energy, which kind of sucks, but we do have the Adventurer's Discovery, which is pretty awesome. Good starting hand. Yeah, I think anywhere right like late 80s, probably even early 90s, they're like, there's like a 50% chance you were going to get the name Michael. Oh yeah, Tina, so the the alt art's a little bit easier to get in this game because you just craft everything. I kind of liked that in Ptcgl you actually traded cards for other cards, but in this game you don't trade, and then the packs have less cards in them. When you get duplicate cards, you get dust, and you turn the dust into whatever cards that you want. I mean, either way, playing online is like extremely inexpensive, but all right, let's get 2 Flare boys, an Arceus V-Star. I guess I could have captured energy. We're gonna Lucky Energy. It sucks that we're playing against an Ice Rider that is going to double damage our Flareons, but I think we might be okay. We're set up pretty good here. Oh no, you were named after Luke Skywalker? Do your parents just tell you that, or you assume as much? Or are they just really into it? Billy, are you creating some art? Was it a photo shoot? Master Trainer Ryan is looking for the manager. Yes, make sure if you really want to talk to the manager, you just have to mention the fact that you're a Detective Pikachu. Blasty gave me such a hard time. And like definitely changed my voice for like trying to like sound polite on the phone. Billy is the manager. Did you get Skywalker as a middle name? What's up, Noah? We got this guy is going to drizzle his entire deck. Unfortunately, we can't knock out the Ice Rider with our Arceus V. Chocolate croissant. Bill, you can't keep blaming the Discord for your unhealthy choices if you're eating chocolate croissants. That's not on us. We don't encourage croissants in the Discord. Yeah, his dad definitely could say, "Luke, I'm your father." I wonder how many times he like repeated that. As a newborn, you probably heard it over and over again. Oh my god. Well, our Arceus is down for the count. This might be a game 1 loss. We didn't get to play much. And their turn it's a long one. Stop croissant abuse. Yeah. I don't know, like a chocolate croissant has got to be like maybe one of the. We're gonna get roasted by this Ice Rider Calyrex. Okay. There's no way to this. I think we just gotta scrap it. I think we maybe even power up the second one. Let's capture energy onto him for fun. We're gonna get one of these bad boys. And we're gonna end turn. Tina's the bad influence. Okay. Croissants are underrated. Yeah. Dark chocolate. Yeah, but how much butter is in a croissant even on its own? Isn't it like 90% butter? And then you probably had like powdered sugar on top of it or something. Butter is healthy for you. Yeah. Probably in moderation. Croissants, very, very French. Yeah, KDuff, it's a lot of like just. I should have put a fire energy on this Flareon. It's a lot of practice. I don't know, just like once you get used to it, or you can always use a deck list that's like known to be good and play it enough that you want to make little changes, and then you can revert the changes if you find out that they're bad. But yeah, the net decks, the ones that are going to competitions and such, are those people spend a lot of time playing the game, much more than I do, much more than a lot of people do, and it'd be hard to make something that's competitive with a lot of that stuff. Okay, all right, no problem. Guys, I think we're just straight up done here. I should have probably hit next. For both my, well, I guess there's 3 of them. I use the Logitech Brios. It's like basically as good as it gets for a webcam before you get into like crazy DSLR stuff. They're 4K, but I don't usually, or I don't, I guess ever at this point, use the 4K on them. Mostly just because when you're uploading to YouTube itself, it takes like 3 years for them to process the video. It's like super unpredictable how long it'll take. So as long as you were making content, 4K content, and you upload it really far in advance, then there's nothing to worry about. But yeah, the Brio's good. In terms of using it as like a card cam, you can go into OBS and you can lock the focus, and that way you just have to have the cards a certain distance from the camera that you're comfortable with. That's the best way that I found to use it. The autofocus can get a little wild at times, and I just got tired of fighting with it. I also got the I can show it here. It's like on a cheap microphone boom arm, which, I mean, you only need a cheap one because the camera doesn't weigh very much, but it's nice to have that attached to something that isn't the desk. You can like swing it in, ready to go. Yeah, the autofocus is crazy on it. So if you can right click on the source, and then you go into video properties, and in the second tab you can set the focus. I guess it depends how far you have it from the desk or where your hands are going to be, but I usually set it to 20, and then you uncheck the box for autofocus. My wife play too. She does not. No. It's pretty hard to convince people to play Pokemon cards. Even people that like card games are usually hesitant to want to play like a Magic the Gathering or a Pokemon or stuff. Even though it's a good game and they would probably enjoy it. I still have to convince my grandmother to play. I'll have to get some decks. Get 2 decks to play against each other. Maybe once I build the Zoroark deck, I'll bring them and I'll force my grandmother to play with me. $130. Oh man, no. I think I don't know how long the other guys stayed up, but I think it was like 3 o'clock when I went to bed, something like that. They go pretty hard sometimes. Sometimes they're up till like 7 o'clock in the morning or something. Can't do that. I have to get up and do things the next day, and I would just too old to not sleep, at least for a little bit. Yeah, there's been times where I'll get up in the morning and they're still hanging out. We got a Camping Gear. We got a double turbo. Camping Gear. All right, we are going to get an adventurous discovery. The pink drink was good. I don't know if it's because it was later on in the evening, but yeah, it didn't seem as sour, and the mixture between the sour pink drink and the rum didn't seem as off-putting. Yeah, the Discord's going pretty wild recently. So after you get to 1,000 members, you can make it publicly available in like a search. And I think there's quite a few people that joined through that recently, which is pretty cool. All right, we need 995th member. Always remember. We hit. I think we hit 1,000 a couple times. It like hit 1,000, and then a few people left, and a few people joined. What's going on, Matthew? We were just talking about how Matthew is also a popular name. Not as popular as Mike, I don't think, but... Alright, are we gonna lose to Palkia now too? Is this the day where we play nothing but water decks? That Sobble did not see that damage coming. Double turbo, okay. Entirely 2 minutes, yeah. Growing up, it got to the point, there was usually like 4 and sometimes even 5 mics within like the extended friend group. So we just wouldn't even answer when somebody said Mike. You just wouldn't even turn your head because most of the time it wasn't someone talking to you. Just had to go by like last name basis or nicknames. Billy the Mike Slayer? Can't have too much of a good thing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're around. Oh, Fresh Tad is also a mic. We're gonna have to have a poll. See how many mics there are in the Discord. Yeah, she probably got a mic tattoo or something. They're just like, well, I guess I have to date nothing but mics now. That or get it removed. Andrea, there's no date of when it comes out. I mean, it is available to play anywhere if you use a VPN, but you have to pretend that you're in Canada, essentially. It's still in beta. Last week we found a glitch. Was it last week or the week before? We found a glitch where you couldn't play certain cards. So it doesn't seem like it's any closer to release. I'm kind of hoping that they revamp the whole thing before they do release it. Ren, what in the fives is going on here? Palkia is going to do 320 damage to us. What a bum. Okay. We're going to Arceus to power up our second Flareon. It would be nice if we had an energy on him already, but we don't, so we have to just leave him as a baby Arceus. None of the V-Star action going on there. We're going to do this. We are going to full power up our Flareon and hope that we don't get bossed out into the active and knocked out. That's pretty much all we can do. What's going on, Ren? Other than spamming 5s? Pokeballer Mike is spamming 3s now? Or just a single 3? JTR says, how do you feel about King Pokemon tax fraud? If someone can actually show me the tax fraud, I would be glad to take a look at it. But I think that's made up by a certain Carabooner, like a lot of other things. It's a whole lot of... Also, I'm not an accountant, and I'm not going to do somebody's taxes for them. But even if I was. Yeah, the Caraboner likes to make up some crap. Cam from Z&G was talking about it? I don't know. Most of the people that I heard saying that they wanted to see like his tax returns and stuff like that were also people that were afraid to show their face on the internet. So, can you really ask for someone's taxes? We got slammed. Palkia had the boss. Rattle doing taxes now? Yeah, that's the channel's gonna turn into me doing Gary's taxes. Matthew, you show everything about your face? I don't. You mean everything? Pokebronx, what's up? Yeah, we'll have a tax. We'll have a tax live stream. We'll get Gary. We'll get his accountant. I hate to admit, I probably watch Forensic Accounting. I don't want you to want to watch Forensic Accounting with Rattle. You see here, he put the wrong number in under this category. He put a 4 instead of a 5. Alex, what's up? Yeah, so typically these were meant to be on Saturdays. I got a little bit tied up with things that ended up being a waste of time. So it got pushed over to today. Next weekend it'll be just the videos because I'm going to be too busy hanging with Blasty to do the live stream. Ooh. Water deck? Is it going to be another water deck? Are we going to play Palkia all day? Maybe. Alright, we got a double turbo here, so that's okay. We got 2 Flareons. We got a double turbo. We need a Flareon VMAX. UPC restock. I didn't see anything on it, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up with more. It would be something that would probably be delayed because of the type of items that are included with it. Yes, so this is, Jordan, this is Ptcgl, our Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, which is only available in Canada right now. That replaces Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, or is supposed to. No word on when it's actually supposed to be released, but I would say probably just play Pokemon Trading Card Game Online for now. If you have the option, we got a Heat Energy and a Crobat. All right, we need something to get us a Flareon VMAX for next turn. I don't know. There's a lot of cards that we're missing, and there's like sometimes like it wouldn't surprise me if we don't get that Galar Friends card because we didn't get the Sun and Moon one. Stuff like that. A lot of those like different alt arts and well, not alt arts, but like different full art trainers, different versions of full art trainers that we didn't get. Should have been in Champion's Path, but you know, you never know what the Pokemon company's gonna do. Sometimes they don't make sense. Yeah, I think we'll probably get all the gold cards. Although they might. Wasn't the gold Pikachu confirmed to be in Lost Origin? So I don't know. I think there were people saying that we'll probably get like the Pikachu and the Ray, and then the Mew will be in a different product or something like that. Billy, you don't have the Ray because it's not in English. Pokesurge, what's up? I didn't even see you say hi there to me. I do see you. I see you now. Not all of us can be professional streamers, okay? I should probably have a better setup, or maybe another tiny monitor for chat or something like that. I have two giant monitors. My chat's a little bit farther away than I'd like it to be. The YouTube dashboard is a little bit limiting. I could always put the game on the other monitor and then have the chat up against the edge that's next to the game. Probably better. Good thing we're playing against a lot of decks that take 45 minutes per turn. Gives me more time to chat. Alright, so this sucks that we got our Flareons that we wanted, but we didn't get... I think we're going to win a game here. Unfortunately, we didn't. We lost our double turbo. We should have attached the double turbo, apparently. In hindsight, that would have been the play. Then we would have been able to attack this turn, probably knock out the Crobat and force like a Samurott into the active or something. Yeah, I probably have some sort of filter where I don't have to look at the Pokesurge messages. Millie probably timed you out and you think you're typing, but you're not. Shadow banned. Jordan says, Rattle, the video you guys did on PK channel was awesome. You guys should do more videos like that. Did you have any idea it was going to turn into that? So that live that was on PK's channel, it's always on PK's channel, and it'll always follow up the Friday premiere. It's a once a month thing, and it's always at the bare minimum going to be PK, Cool Trainer Ryan, and myself. It's sort of like a once a month podcast that we do. Did I know that many people were going to join? Definitely not. That was a surprise for us as well. I think there's a couple. I think Rev maybe without full commit was probably going to pop on, and Rusty. I think PK had talked to Rusty beforehand, but that was about it. The like 12 people on the call. That was not intended. Pokeballer Mike has the Pokesurge hide extension. I would think that would come in use. Do we just keep loading up our Flareons here? I think we do. We'll just let the Arceus slowly pass on. It's not his channel's called the Poke Knowledge Cards, and initially he was like, should we make a separate channel for it? I was like, no, we'll just run it on your channel. It's fine. Because like with a once a month podcast, I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense to make a separate channel for it. And then the Friday premiere will automatically, if people are watching that, it automatically continues on and redirects to the other stuff. So yeah, hopefully we can get a pretty good turnout from here on out. It was sort of like what would happen if there was a bunch of us at like a convention. It just happened to be over a call. It sounds like we're gonna switch it. It'll be a little bit easier to bring people in and out, because we'll do it through the Discord from now on. We got to teach PK how to use OBS. Had I known that it was that close to 5 hours, I would have screamed at PK to leave it on until it hit 5 hours. Pokemon Classic. Is he gonna film us? We should do. It'd be cool if we're at some sort of event. Depending on conditions and how the connection would be wherever we're at, it'd be cool to do an in-person version of that as well. If the three of us find our way to the same event, and anyone else that's there hanging out. All right, we're gonna just hope that this Arceus goes down eventually. Oh yeah, but the film quality, I mean, I think a lot of that is once he has OBS to set it up. In terms of a podcast, I don't think we're gonna get into editing any of it, but Zoom is hard too, because like, man, if you use the browser extension version of Zoom, like it will mess up your microphone settings. Even if you turn off the auto adjust, it'll automatically ramp your microphone up to oblivion. Chris says, you're the best newcaster ever. We got the member for 2 months. Thanks for that. This is me casting the World Championships right now. So my opponent is going to take 3 years and set up their Drizziles. They're going to search for cards. They don't know what they want necessarily, so they're going to look through their whole deck 3 or 4 times. At some point in time, Samurott is going to get to go up against a Flareon. Yeah, it was very close to 5 hours. I think it was like 7 minutes short or something like that. Yeah, it was a long one. But yeah, that's the thing too. Like, if he totally understandable. If people can't stay in the call or can't watch for the full duration, if it ends up going that long, but oh yeah, the Ratel premiere, partly Ratel, just the booze news. Some of us like sleep. Yeah, well, you know what? You can listen to us while you sleep if you want. Or write down how many hours into the broadcast you watched, and continue later. It definitely did not feel like 5 hours. All right, here's where the battle begins. Now, in order to get the most out of our deck, we are going to start removing Pokemon from the deck so that it's almost entirely energies. We're going to load up our second Flareon, so he'll be ready to go if he gets knocked out by our opponent's Samurott. There we go. 500 damage. It was a long time coming, Crobat. You had your chance to do what you needed to do. It's Flareon time. It blows my mind that the Pokemon company would send stuff in just like it looks like it's a reused box that has no branding on it. They go through the effort of, they even had like special boxes that weren't released for products like on shelves. So they designed boxes to go inside this box. You would think the outer box would at least be somewhat branded and new, but Booze News should pick on / shout out Rusty TCA Gaming. He's goofy and awesome. I agree. He is definitely awesome. I I think one of the early booze news, I ragged on him a little bit for being the newest CGC shill, but that's about it. He doesn't have like open mouth thumbnails or usually bait anything, so it's tough. Rattel has a tough time picking apart Rusty for that reason. You're gonna do some editing, Billy. What are you editing? Work stuff or Pokemon stuff? Ren, yeah, some days when your opponent is playing they got the Inteleon lines where they're picking cards and stuff like that. If they don't know exactly what they're doing, it makes for a long game. We're probably going to, at some point in time, lose this Flareon. He's going to do 220. 220. Is he going to... Watch, he's going to be short. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to blame anyone. It's the same thing with, like, I don't like grading or graded cards, but if that's what you like, then by all means, do it. Alright, so now there is no way that we're not hitting this guy for enough damage to put him into the pain zone. And he might scoop. The Flareon deck doesn't have that many moving components, so to be fair, my turns should take a lot less time than searching out item cards and 75 actions per turn. We just want to set up and we want to toss energies out. Yeah, yeah, the grids themselves, that's the thing too. It's just like, even if you like the cases, it's very hard to justify, you know, to me anyway, on a lot of cards to spend, even if it's $15 now or $20, which seemed like the cheapest way to put stuff in plastic over the last while. Even the real Typhlosion, he has these like really cool magnetic cases that are like black around the outside that look really good. If that's how you want to store them, if you're just looking for a case, you can get those for much less money. But Louise, what's going on? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. There goes our Flareon. If we had a boss's orders, we could get this Samurott out. So I guess it depends on the deck that I'm playing. So the Zoroark deck that I'm planning on playing needs to load the bench, and it needs to load the bench with Pokemon who have damage counters on them in order to do more damage. So with a deck like that, I definitely want to overload the bench. With this deck, I don't want to play more than my 2 Flareons and my Arceus, because if he knocks out a Flareon, if he knocks out an Arceus, he still, even though he needs 1 prize, he still has to knock out a 3 prize Pokemon. So instead of bossing out something that's easier to knock out potentially, or something that doesn't have energies on it, the only thing that's a little bit bad with this plan is if I get Marnied, then all these Pokemon go back into the deck. But yeah, that's the thing too. If you like a certain case, if the dollar value is worth it to you, or mostly for like the reasons of reselling, I think are the biggest selling feature on it, then you can say, hey, this is a PSA 10 or it's a PSA 9 or whatever. Whatever you need to do to sell it, or the odd like the weird rare chance that you get like a black label or or something like that, then obviously there's an additional value added to it that somebody's going to want it. Even though I've seen a lot of black labels that shouldn't be black labels, it's kind of like a lottery of sorts. What did the Crystal Kabutops get for a grade? That's the thing too. So it's like even, and then when the card becomes more expensive, like the graded card slabs, even though people seemingly want to believe the fact that they protect from everything, they don't. Like you still got to be careful and keep it out of UV light. If you have a card in sunlight, even if it's in a graded case, it's going to fade. That and moisture. There's been some really bad examples. There's one person that kept their graded cards next to a bathroom, and the moisture that was next to the bathroom destroyed all the cards, even though they were in PSA cases. I think PSA for the most part. Came back at 5 and it cost you $165 to grade it. See, to me, it just seems like I would much rather spend that $165 on more cards. All right, we won a game. We're not getting skunked today, guys. That's the most important part here. Yeah, so like the ringless binders are my favorite, especially if you're collecting sets or if you're collecting a lot of cards. It's just so much easier to look through as well. So like slabs, if you're gonna take a stack of slabs and you gotta like move one over at a time to take a look at them all. And depending on how big your collection is, I can only imagine how much space 10,000 cards would take up. That and finding anything. I guess you could have those like the BCW boxes or whatever that are designed for graded cards and have them by set or something, but that's like Gem Min and some of the other guys that like collecting graded sets, and then there's this, I can only imagine paying some ridiculous amount for some 10 that like it's not even an expensive card or necessarily hard to get. It's just not many of them out there, or if you get unlucky and you submit some and you don't get any 10s. The snap cards, I wish they would have done a revamp of the snap cards with the new snap game that came out. I think they're pretty cool. They're outside of my collecting goals. I'm trying not to do anything Japanese, but other than like the Japanese exclusives, which I guess those would fall in under that, but they're much less of a priority. If I was going to start or do anything Japanese related in terms of like personal collection, it would definitely be the Versus series stuff. It's like cool that it's something that we kind of missed out on in English. Yeah, there's some really nice cases. I don't know. I'm not sure what the ones Typhlosion uses, what they're called exactly, but it was classy looking. Definitely would be what I would use if I didn't want to display something in a binder. If I wanted to have it on the shelf, you can put it on like one of those little easels, or even like I've seen some people do some nice frames that. Either custom frames or something that holds like screw down cases or magnetic cases. Yeah, I don't know if they would go Neo next. I was kind of expecting them to do something similar to Base. Well, Well, I guess they could even just do another base set one because we didn't get the Blastoise or the Venusaur. But I guess we did get a Blastoise and Venusaur celebrations. So it's hard to say. I don't know if Neo would sell all that well. They could do like a jungle fossil thing. Would be kind of cool. I know, I'm still just like, I would much rather see like a new version of like Jungle Fossil with like all new artwork. Even if they did like extended art things like they did with the Pikachu, that would be kind of cool. Alright, we got you. And we need a Flareon and a VMAX. Flareon, done. Right, we'll play you. We'll play you. We will play this just in case I get Marnied. And we can Flaming Breath. Let's Flaming Breath. I was gonna do either that or I could have Camping Geared, but then I wouldn't be able to attack. But I think we got all the Pokemon we need as long as we don't get Marnied. Jungle Fossil, Archaeology, Booster Box combo. Yeah, so like something, what's up, Java? Yeah, it's, I don't think I'd normally be streaming on a Sunday unless people really prefer that. But yeah, the intended stream yesterday got a little bit delayed to today. Sir Koopa says, did you transfer to Ptcgl? I remember you used to play on Ptcgl. So yes, I'm in Canada, so the beta is available here, and I did transfer my account to Ptcgl. So there's no turning back now. I didn't think that it would actually take this long for them to release Ptcgl. So the only regret is a little bit to do with the fact that now if there's anyone that's still on Ptcgl, I can't play against them or with them. We're going to get Palkia here again. That sucks. Jordan says, Rattle, what do you think about the chase cards in today's sets? Kind of crazy how they are 1 in 30 booster boxes. How do they expect a kid to ever finish a set? So that's I kind of already mentioned this. Like, the trading is a big aspect. There's no, even if it was a fraction of that, there's no kid that's ever going to finish any set. It's hard enough for me to finish a set, and I opened way more than I should. And if I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't be opening as much as I do. But yeah, it's a lot of trading, and buying singles is kind of the way to go. Even in like Sun and Moon or XY era, where it would be kind of viable to open enough for someone that was spending a lot of money, I think even at that point, it's you don't, opening packs is sort of like, if you enjoy it, then great, do it, but don't do it if you're trying to save money, or just open a little bit if you enjoy it and you're trying to get the best bang for your buck. Yeah, as a kid, like we were just excited to get like a booster pack or a couple booster packs. Most kids weren't opening full booster boxes and such. So I never pulled the Charizard as a kid. Never had the complete set. Evolution's Master Set wasn't that expensive when Evolution's, like, pre-boom. Evolution's was dirt cheap. The Charizard was like $10. So I keep forgetting to attach my energies in this stage, which is pretty bad. My poor opponent, making him wait. Yeah, as a kid, I don't know. We had our binder, and like we were excited if we got a holo. I mean, sometimes you get one pack and you get a trainer in the rare slot. That was your like pack for the week or whatever. And even when base set first came out in my area, it was hard to even. Sometimes they were just sold out everywhere. But like every kid had cards at school, so we did a ton of trading and. KDAF, how far are you from Ontario? Pretty far. I've been to Ontario many times though. Not recently, but your dad bought you and your brother a booster box of base set to open at Christmas. That would be fun. I think like my parents, like, and they bought us cards, but I don't think they weren't really into them. I'm sure we would have absolutely loved opening a full booster box, but a lot of that was like most parents probably thought like, oh, this is a waste of money. Like, okay, we'll get you a pack or two. Evolving Skies reprint. Yes, so I have some Evolving Skies that I still need to open, but there's a few boxes here. I'll probably keep one sealed, but yeah, apparently is there ETBs coming out next? From the sound of it, we can. All right, we're going to try to knock out this Palkia before it does us dirty. So let's Lucky Energy onto Hugh. And we can hit this Palkia real quick. Hopefully get rid of him. Get rid of him. Man, an Evolutions Master Set at its, like, maybe not Master Set, because there's quite a few, like, variants and stuff like that. But even then, would have been so cheap when like there was a point in time where no one wanted Evolutions. It was printed in such abundance that everyone was sick of it. It was in every multi-pack product and people would be like, why is there still Evolutions? Like, we're in Sun and Moon here. Why am I getting Evolutions packs? And then when we had that like mass super hype wave where everyone got into the hobby, a lot of those people that didn't enjoy Pokemon or re-enjoy or re-enter the hobby did, and a lot of those people were, you know, they were as a child collecting base set or new base set, so that's what they related to, and it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. I don't know what the Evolutions Charizard is now, but it was very expensive at one time at its peak. Maybe even like a couple $100, maybe a few $100. But yeah, I remember. I'm sure I traded or gave away a couple of them. But yeah, they were like $10 cards. Yeah, that's a cool memory though. Like, they brought you to the game store. We used to love going to the game store. At one point in time, my brother and my cousins and we had the like little Mage Knight figurines, which were really fun. Vintage collection? Yes. So are we talking like everything like Wizards of the Coast? I have the large majority of the first editions purchased. I have a lot of unlimited stuff that I need to pick up and fill out. But yeah, I'll get them all eventually. The reverses are going to be, I think, the most time consuming to find clean copies of all of them. A lot of them not being very expensive, but just time consuming in the fact I'm just gonna have to mass order reverses from like EX era and stuff, and hope for the best. So now, do I retreat? Do I? Do I just Lucky Energy? Just Lucky Energy and enter. So it's okay if he knocks out the Arceus right now. We just don't want to lose the Flareon because we lose the game if we do. Yeah, I sold my Evolutions. I had an Evolutions booster box and a couple ETBs, and I sold them because it was just like, I'm not really, I have some sealed stuff, but I'm not really attached to it, and I'd rather spend it on cards that I actually need for my sets. Matthew says, looking for more of those nutrition errors. I mean, maybe. I do have, I placed another troll order. My hopes are not high for, I mean, I still have a stack of the reverses that I went through in that video. My hopes are not high on finding any more of them, but if I do, that'd be cool. It'd be cool to just accidentally come across something like that. I do have, I think there's some Plasma Blast. There's a couple of other cards that I ordered, just a whole bunch of that can possibly be errors, so that'll make for, I think, a fun video anyway when it gets here. The error cards are still up. I don't think it's getting taken over by trolls. The auction hasn't ended yet. What card rarity are the nutrition errors on? So only Credilli and the Salamence, which are both reverse rares. I would imagine that the sheet that they're printing on would also have commons and uncommons in different amounts on the same page, but we don't have, there's no images of that era on the reverse sheets. So it's a little bit of an assumption, but I think it's probably pretty safe. So that's why I ordered a lot of the commons and uncommons, but no luck so far finding any of those. It'd be cool if you could collect the entire set with the nutrition facts on it. Didn't buy a lot of Plasma Blast reverse cards on eBay. Well, Master Trainer Ryan, if you find any, do let me know. Send me a message or post it in the Discord and tag me. Maybe in the show off your stuff. Ptcgl is it's still lackluster, if you want to call it that. But also there's like glitches that come in every now and then. There's still the sunglasses glitch, as you can tell there. I have sunglasses on in my avatar, but I did not select sunglasses. They just kind of automatically turn into sunglasses sometimes. There's been a couple. There was like a timer glitch at one point where the timer would run down like super fast and you didn't have time to actually do anything. And there was also last week or the week before, I think it was last week, there were certain cards that I couldn't select. So I would use a card to select an item or select a card from my deck, and it wouldn't let me click on certain ones. So there's been some game breaking stuff. We're gonna put a Heat Energy on them. We don't need the energy to attack, but we do. Why not make ourselves a little bit more beefy, right? So the whole foil roll to start and end one. I mean, it might have been just printed into like that specific spot. So like, and then I'm not sure, from what I understand or what it, pretty sure that the sheets are made so that the foil is added to the sheet before the sheet goes through and gets printed. And I don't know if they would have, like, if it was the foil that was meant to be for something else, or if maybe there was a plate that was in the actual machinery that was left behind that wasn't supposed to be there. It'd be really cool to find out what food it was from, but I don't know if there's any way to actually determine that. It sounds like From what Tavis was telling me, they print quite a bit of packaging, food packaging, all kinds of other stuff, and where it's been that many years, it's hard to say. Nutritious Reshiram. Yeah, that'd be cool. It's too bad there isn't a Snorlax in the set. That would be pretty fitting. Yeah, there hasn't been any news. I can you imagine they just scrap it and then like my account is forever stuck on a game that's dead. All they needed to do, like Ptcgl basically runs fine and has always run fine. All they needed to do was just like revamp it. I don't know why they have this obsession with not using like actual avatars that look like Pokemon characters or using actual Pokemon characters in the TCG part. It's beyond me, because like at this point I think the change was mostly made because they own the game now. The Pokemon company kind of like contracted people out and they own the game itself. So you would think that they have all this IP, all this beautiful artwork, and we get tiles and weird character creation that doesn't look like Pokemon. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't get it. It's weird. See, we're getting a lot of Palkias today. Oh man, if it was like Evolutions or like a Charizard or something like that, it would be absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how, I mean, maybe something cool happened in other sets, but I kind of find it, I don't know if I'm going to come across anything like that. But, gotta have your eyes out, I guess. I haven't looked through my binder yet either. I don't think I have many of the reverses in my binder, but I have to do that. I keep meaning to, but then I forget about it. A lot of those like black and white sets, I don't have many reverses in my binders at all, so ordering the reverses in a search for the error cards, even though it's not very likely that I'm going to find them, it's kind of nice, because then at the same time I can make a video looking for them, and I can also fill out my binder. I can pick one that's in good shape, because you know Troll and Toad is unpredictable, especially reverses. Old reverses, sometimes they are not near mint, but you saw a jam label get added to a Pokemon card? That would be cool. So there's I think the most similar thing I've seen, or probably the most similar example, is the Cigar Hitmonlee, which I think it was Gary that named it that, but it wasn't actually Cigar. So it showed like a leaf. It had like a piece of foil in under the Hitmonlee in the like art box. And he called it Cigar Hitmonlee because they thought it was part of like foil from a cigar company. But it was actually it was probably some kind of adhesive or a piece of tape to hold a roll of the actual foil. So it's the leaf company, whatever branding that was. It was from the actual people that make the hollow foil, which is pretty neat. What am I playing against? Alright, let's see here. We need a Flareon, we need you, and we need you. Alright, we're doing good. We got everything going our way. Other than the fact that if we had a double turbo, that would be a really sick nasty right now. Lucky Energy. And I think we Camping Gear here. We can get the double turbo for next turn. I mean, I guess we could get the double turbo regardless because we're gonna Arceus V-STAR, but why not, right? When in Rome. Alex, if you have a picture of that, I'd like to see it. I don't think I've heard or seen of it. Yeah, Salamence probably doesn't have a lot of sugar. Probably high in protein, I would think. Low cholesterol. It's probably not candy if it's hard to say. I think it'd be like granola bars or something. It would make for a cooler nickname, error nickname if he's gonna prevent my damage with a coin flip. Okay. Alright, we are going to win that coin flip. We're going to win all the coin flips. And we are going to... I guess I can Starbirth. I don't really need to Starbirth here because I don't really need to take the Pokemon out of my deck because we only need to do 100 damage on a lot of this stuff. Other than this Zarude. Alright, so we will Trinity Nova. Tails never fails. See you later, Ambipom. Vitamin A and Salamence. I didn't even check to see if they were exactly the same on both of the cards, but I would imagine that it's the same product. Oh yeah, the new Discord link. So you can go to discord.gg/RattlePokemon. Pretty cool. It's not because we hit 1K. It's because we have enough people boosting it. Like level 3 boost or whatever it's called. I applied for the Discord partnership, which gives you all that stuff all the time. Because I don't really necessarily... I don't want people to feel like they have to boost the Discord server. If you have a boost anyway, like if someone has Nitro and you have an extra boost, definitely do it. But don't buy Nitro just for the sake of boosting the Discord. It'll be okay if it's not boosted. I don't want people to waste their money on it. But yeah, now it's publicly visible in the like communities or whatever because of the 1000. It allows you to post it or make it visible. So I think we're getting a lot of new people from that, which is pretty neat. Alright, we are going to Trinity Nova. We're going to do a little 180. We only need 2 energy. So we're not going to bother wasting that. We're just going to keep attacking with the Arceus. Matthew says, when can we waste our money on some swag? If you watched the recent premiere, I might have hinted at something. But maybe soon. Hopefully soon. Not a waste of money though. It'll be really cool, I promise. Oh my god. I wish these would highlight or something. Bring the hats back. It's not gonna be the hats, but maybe someday. I think maybe the hats will come back if something changes with the hats, which could be a little while. So it's kind of like E4 has its own separate Discord. It has like channels. It's more like a live chat interaction. You can go into like voice channels. You can go into text channels, and you just like it's like a big chat room with a bunch of rooms that you can go into, ask questions, hang out. is the best way to describe it, I guess. Oh, we got the Glimwood Tangle. That's scary. All right, we don't want to attach any more energies. And then also on Saturdays we have what is the happy hour, where we usually get on. You can voice and video chat if you so choose. People usually open some stuff up. We hang out. You can show off if you picked up anything cool. Java's usually there opening some German cards. Pulling multiple alt arts out of the first half of a booster box, that kind of thing. Rattlebrand Jenny cosplays. Just sell Jenny wigs. Yeah, used Jenny wigs. Okay, so I think we retreat. We're gonna retreat and we're going to come in and smack with a Flareon here. Should be an easy knockout. Easy peasy. Luckily we did the double damage. But yeah, the merch for now will probably just be like a pre-order kind of scenario, kind of like the hats were. It's hard with stuff like with sizes. You can order like popular sizes, but I don't exactly want an excess of stuff until like that's like a full commit shop at that point. There are like the third-party companies that can do that stuff for you, but I'd rather have control over like the product quality and stuff like that. Yeah, it might be a good idea. I don't want to, Chris. I don't want to like film without permission in the happy hour chat. It's usually just like a hangout thing, but could definitely make a video around like what goes on or how it goes. We'll get some testimony from all the cool people that are there on the regular. Officer Jenny will not be attending this live. Maybe someday. It is it's pretty warm. So the Jenny wig would not be a good accessory to be wearing right now. Or the costume itself. I guess I could just bareback underneath it. Just let the chest hair flow. Yeah, yesterday it was pretty quiet in there. It was an early one. The intention originally was that it would be like an hour-long hangout, but it kind of like the podcast, it ended up turning into like it just goes until it kind of dies down, or until people get tired. Yeah, if I look over quality control, well, that's I don't know how they messed that up. I was like, how? Why? I was like, I hope they fix this, and they did. Otherwise, it would have been weird. Because if they weren't gonna fix it, and I had to like fight them to get my money back, and then go somewhere else, and then if another place did it, if they weren't exactly the same, then that would have sucked. So it was dodged a bullet on that one. But yeah, no promises that they're gonna mess up any merch in the future for free error hats or anything else. Yeah, it's like the podcast, just hanging out. Similar scenario. Hang out, have a drink, open a Pokemon card pack or two. You're gonna watch the 5-hour podcast right after this? Well, make sure you have popcorn. Undercover in the print facility in the Rattle Hat sweatshop. I would be very surprised if it was anything of the sort, because they were, well, I don't know where the hats themselves are made. Wherever they make New Era hats, and then they were modified or customized rather in the United States. So the laws are pretty strict in terms of paying people a certain amount. Although I'd imagine it's probably mostly automated from anything I've ever seen. Like, usually they have like a whole station where they'll set up a whole bunch of hats at once. Live booze news during the stream. I mean, I could draw a mustache on if I could find my Sharpie, but I need to get a new Sharpie actually. I was just like, it's getting a little low. I went a little heavy on a couple of those mustaches. What Pikachu is that, Matthew? Alright, I think we might have a glitch here. Let's cancel the search. This is the thing too, like sometimes it'll just search forever, and it's hard to tell if that's actually just because there's no opponents or if it's busted. Yeah, I was looking at the Streamlabs stuff, and it was definitely an option. I would much rather like order whatever it's gonna be and like have a sample and be able to pick like what type of brand it is and what it looks like prior to. Because if I like with the hats, my intention was never to sell the hats. I just made myself a couple hats, and then people were asking for them. So that way I can see how it turns out. I can make sure that it's exactly the same all the time. That you don't end up with just an R on a hat or something. But yeah, I also don't want to like have like a billion different items. Try and be a little bit more organized for the next one. It's also probably kind of cool if stuff is slightly limited, like not limited on release itself, but limited to the fact that, hey, I was around at X time and when this item became available. ...2007 World Champions Japanese. That's pretty cool. Did it get a 10? Or is it Pop 2 in general? In the entire population. A lot of those cards is just like you just have to straight up give up on wanting to have the top of the top condition, just because they probably don't exist. Alright, let's get an Arceus and 2 Flareons with our Adventurer's Discovery, the best card ever invented for this deck. Suggested by a viewer, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's put this on here. And we're going to click done. We don't want any more Pokemon on our bench. And we have to end turn. Hopefully this Zacian doesn't spank our Arceus. The only graded cards I think I'd collect are the PSA/CGC 1/10s. Are you a 1 collector too? Yeah, if you guys are, if you're talking about anything, or if you want to discuss anything in here, you can definitely post in the show off channel on Discord, and people can take a look. Okay, they didn't give it a grade yet. Hopefully for your sake, it's gonna be a 10. I believe. Yeah, I mean, there must be quite a few people that collect like their favorite card in like a PSA 1 through 10. I can only imagine how many people have like purposely damaged cards to try and get an in-between grade. I think anything under a 7 is just basically guesswork, or anything maybe under a 6. Unless it's just absolutely beat, like if you fold it up and roll it up or something. And then at some extent they're probably just not going to grade it anymore because it's so damaged. Alright, we are going to Starbirth. Oh yeah. Alright, we're going to Starbirth. We're going to get our double turbo energy. And we might as well... Should we get a second one? Or should we get an Adventurer's Discovery? Alright. We're making room in the deck here. We're doing what we need to do. We're going to hopefully not get Marnied now that we've pulled all these Pokemon out of the deck. What kind of Pokemon cards get you most excited? I really just love like the new artwork when a set comes out and stuff like that. Even a lot of the commons and uncommons that I haven't seen that have something neat going on. Especially if there's some sort of like hidden Easter egg of sorts. As in like if they have shared artwork or things like that. Those are the cards that I see the least, just because people aren't spamming them all over social media. With looking as much Pokemon stuff that I look at, like there's no way to avoid looking at spoilers or the Japanese cards. So typically, if there's anything that's going to catch me off guard, but also character rares. I just really like character rares. Like ever since the Cosmic Eclipse stuff, I'll take those any day, all day. We're gonna lose our Arceus here, maybe not. What is this? No resistance or no weakness? No weakness, so we can't double damage him. But that's okay. The Zamazenta V. The new Zamazenta, not the old one, not to be confused with the old one. Yeah, the animations and stuff, even like the cards themselves, like the holofoil and stuff like that, they all look pretty bad. Like, I don't know what this effect is here, but it's not good. We got Marnie, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter that much. We're not hitting anything super chunky, so we should be able to pull off 3 energies for our Smackdown Flareon. Unfortunately, we're only going to do 180 if we Arceus V-Star, but I think we just leave him out because if he goes down, he served his purpose. He's going to load up another Flareon. We'll have 3 energies on both of them, and we're ready to bang. Yeah, there's most decks are running Marnies. So you got to be a little bit careful with that, but all right, we are going to Trinova. We're going to take down a Zacian with our Arceus, which is, he's only here to get these guys rolling, basically. And he did his job. He got them both fully stacked with energies, and he knocked out a Zacian. We can basically tell him he did a good job, similar to Ash in the anime when his Pokemon get absolutely beat and tossed into a wall and the bricks are smashed all over the place. And he tells them they do a good job and puts them back in the Pokeball. Hopefully have Miles on later. Can record some Omegle videos. Yeah, I think it'll be cool to see a new era. I liked Sun and Moon more than I did Sword and Shield in terms of like the game and the Pokemon themselves. I think the Sword and Shield era in terms of the TCG though was like, it was good. A lot of this stuff that we're getting now is a lot of the stuff that I liked. I mean, tag teams were really cool too, but the alt arts and the character rares from the end of Sun and Moon, we've been a little bit spoiled where Sword and Shield just had more of that. Rest in peace, VMAX. Well, I mean, VMAX is kind of phased out a little bit now. I mean, there's still a couple of VMAXs that end up in the sets, but for the most part, we're in the VSTAR era now. And then I don't know. My prediction is VX for the next era. But that's just a wild guess and combination of stuff that they've done before. Maybe they'll have like a third type of EX where it's like a lowercase e and a big X or something. Mew VMAX, yeah. That was, I mean, it's still extremely strong. If you get the right cards, if you get set up at the beginning, like Mew VMAX just absolutely obliterates things. Let's get the Steel Energy, so we need, there we go. All right. Oh no, he's got the VMAX proof dude. So we're gonna have to power up. We're gonna have to power up another Pokemon here. We don't have. We're gonna need a Flareon V, I think would be our best bet. And we can put some energies on him. He's got the other dog, the immune to VMAX dog, which is fine. I think it's going to take him a while to get set up here. He's got 4 prizes that he needs to take. Yeah, the Ditto face would have been cool. Or something like that. I hope they bring Megas back, but I kind of doubt that they will. I think they should have stuck with Megas instead of the like Gigantamax VMAX stuff. It's very similar, except like your Pokemon is bigger for the Gigantamax, but I guess that wouldn't allow them to make a new Charizard. All right, we're gonna get a Flareon. We gotta power him up. Unfortunately, because we used our camping gear, we can't power him up till next turn. But we can start powering him up. If we lose the Flareon VMAX, so be it. Yeah, the crystal Pokemon would be cool. Something like that. A little throwback / revamp on the crystal Pokemon. Yes. So I didn't submit. I didn't receive anything back. I don't think anyone did at this point, but I did apply for the special delivery Zard. And as long as I get one, I'd be happy. I get all kinds of spam from the Pokemon Center online. And unfortunately, it did not get the invite for the special delivery Bidoof, so I'm gonna have to pick that up eventually. I mean, worst case scenario, I can always grab one on the secondary market. Depending on how many people get them, might be expensive, but It could be worse, right? All right, Flareon. We need 2 fire energies on him, which kind of sucks. So we're just biding our time. We might as well training court to get a fire energy back for fun. And we will enter. I mean, it wants us to attack. We're gonna do 0 damage. Don't try this again. Yes, I want to end my turn. See, the game doesn't even realize that I'm not going to do any damage, so I don't want to attack. Oh, Blessy, did you sign up for it? Yeah, you did, because you had commented on how sketchy the link looked, and it definitely does. But, you know, when you're a small indie company like the Pokemon Company International, sometimes you gotta use a third-party weird application website. What is your guest price for a special delivery Charizard not graded? It's gonna depend like heavily on how many get given out, but it should probably be $100 card. I think it'll probably be more than that. Like it might be 200 out the gate. Excluding Quebec. Yeah, poor people in Quebec. I've heard a lot of them also they end up getting stuck with a lot of the French cards that they don't want. Especially with the McDonald's stuff. Blasty's here, he's up. What time did you guys end up staying up to last night? Billy was asking. $3 a.m. So wasn't I was gonna say, wasn't I up till 3 a.m.? Okay, yeah. Hopefully Miles is alive at some point early on this evening. We're gonna do another Omegle. There's a whole lot of things that I was supposed to do yesterday that didn't happen. Alright, we are going to retreat him. We're going to hope that this MFer doesn't have another boss. I always click on that. I gotta drag. Gotta remember to drag, guys. Okay. Enter. Of course, this is like the one time where I have nothing to be able to search out another Pokemon. Because it'd be nice to set up a fresh Flareon that doesn't have 150 damage on him. Because he will get knocked out if he gets bossed out again. It's going to be a long game for the sake of just trying to get something that can attack this Amazenta. But once we have 3 energies on one of these bad boys, we are going to knock it out. I can feel it. Alright, we got the Adventurous Discovery. That's what we needed. That is what... Oh no! Alright, so we're in trouble here. Because we got to rely on this one Flareon. Alright, we got to put a fire energy on him. And we'll enter. Hopefully, he doesn't have any more boss's orders. Let's take a look at his deck. He's used 2 of them, so hopefully he only has 2 in his deck, and that will save our buns. I don't think that's going to save our buns, because he's going to attack us back. I think we lose. I think we lose, so we might concede here. Like, short of him putting something else into the active. Oh, there's the boss. Alright, concede. So, that sucks. We somehow didn't... There was probably some in the prizes or something like that. Or we discarded them all with the Flareon attacks, the Flareon VMAX attacks. But you know what? That's how it goes down. I do. I kind of like pea soup. I get that people wouldn't like it, but I don't know. I think it's good. You have to move somewhere to... Isn't there like a bunch of shipping stuff that excludes Quebec? I didn't think it necessarily had to be anything lottery related. Yeah. The Pikachu was very easy. If I know that in hindsight it's easy to say like you should have just got one from there, but if you weren't around at the time, or like it was hard to say. There was no indication of how limited the special delivery Pikachus were actually going to be. But if there was stuff on the Pokemon Center online at that point in time and you wanted it, it was a good time to buy, because free promo with anything that you buy at regular price is pretty cool. Especially it's a Pikachu. And it's like an English exclusive promo. I really don't like how they did the Bidoof. I think there was a better method. Maybe they kind of learned from that with the Charizard, that at least everyone can apply. You don't have to like hope that you get an email and then... But I could be saying that and maybe not everyone gets an email. With the amount of time that they ran the application process, I would be very surprised if everyone didn't get one, but everyone that like didn't break the rules. All right, let's get double turbo onto our Flareon. And are we gonna attack? Yeah, let's attack. Let's... Do we attack? Alright, we're gonna attack. Flaming Breath. 0 damage. Camping, or we can Camping Gear and get more set up. We're gonna Camping Gear. I'm indecisive right now. And we're gonna get an Adventures and Discovery for next turn. If only we could run 8 copies of this. That'd be awesome. Got the Bidoof and the Pika. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if everyone got one. I don't know, like, there's no real great way, because you're gonna have people trying to exploit like the system regardless of how it goes down, because of just the history of what the other ones did, or how expensive the other ones got, that everyone's gonna want it, especially now that it's Charizard, and that's probably why it took so long for them to actually release it. Because it's hard if you don't notify anyone and you just put it in at random. What in the F did they just do to our hand? So we should have... I don't know what we should have done there. Not got Marnied, I guess. It's hard, it'd be a hard thing to make everyone happy, because you don't want... It's cool to have like special cards that are a little bit more rare, and like maybe you can only get one of them. But at the same time, it's... You don't want to make it so that no one can get it, and then it just skyrockets, and... K-Def, thanks. I don't know if my gaming and chatting skills are the best. If I was playing a shooter or something right now, or Valorant, like I would have a very hard time doing that and chatting unless I was like doing it while I was dead, or even League or anything that demands more attention than a card game. Even this, I find myself like, we've seen a few times this stream in general was a little distracted and forgot to attach the energies to my Pokemon. We're going to attach you. We are... Oh no. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. We're gonna play against a lot of decks that we can't do anything to. But yeah, it's fun. Like the Discord and stuff like that. The on Saturdays with the happy hour, it's fun to hang out with people. Even the podcast is kind of the same thing. It's just cool to hang out with people that like Pokemon, that want to chat. We've been playing Valorant recently, and in before Blasty put something in the comments that I don't really play Valorant because I'm so bad at it. Yeah, well, I mean, even then, like the cards are so sketchy because you never know when the Pokemon company is just gonna like decide that they're gonna make it available again, or I mean, there's a certain point later on that it's probably not gonna happen. But if you just look at the futsal Pikachu that was supposed to be only released and only given to the people playing in the league, like the kids playing in the league, and now they're gonna put it in all the game stores like the rest of the promos were. So. Rest in peace, Cool Trainer Ryan and anyone else that bought a bunch of those. Yeah. It would be hard to do anything like that because you're going to get people that are like... you'll have somebody that has a team or whatever and they keep all the promos, or you have the parents selling them and whatever, which something that seems like a cool idea where the kids in the league all get a special promo, but yeah, it just makes for a weird scenario. Unless it was something like, if it wasn't a Pikachu, maybe it wouldn't have been an issue, but I think with the futsal Pikachu, they should have had some sort of like fundraising type of thing where if there's kids that can't afford to play in the league, you can buy a Pikachu for, even if it's like $50 or whatever their fees are for the league. Then you get a promo, you get to like, some kid gets to play. A little bit of a missed opportunity. J-Rob's Poketalk says, put Leonhardt on next podcast and don't tell Ryan, LOL. I don't know how that would go down. Unfortunately, Leonhardt doesn't answer my text messages, so I can try, but no promises. Thank you for the 5 boners, though. Yeah, sponsoring a team. That'd be a good way to do it. And even then, it can go towards like if they have like they can call it sponsored or whatever. They could have like Pokemon related jerseys for their teams. That'll also be like built-in advertising. That would be cool. Kids would love to play on Team Pikachu and Team Squirtle and whatever. Alright, we're going to Heat Energy onto this bad boy. And we are going to Flaming Breath this Oranguru. Hopefully we don't get 230. Oh, we're going to get 230 by... That was a bad call on my part. We're going to get 230 by this Azation, potentially. If he has the ability to retreat his monkey. There was, what was the clickbait trash? Got a worn out Candela, under the boot Candela error. Pretty sure Rev is attempting to be extra. I don't know why I put him in the active either. That was not a good call. Alright, we are going to load him up. I should have put the Arceus in the active, but I guess it wouldn't have been a good call either, because then we wouldn't have been able to load them up. And alright, let's get 2 double turbos for fun. I probably should have got like an adventurer's discovery or something so that I could make sure that I'm hitting extra hard next turn. And turn. What are your thoughts on MetaZoo? Been hearing more and more people talk about it, and I just found out what it was a week ago. It's not for me. I mean, I trash on it a little bit just because it's to me it's a Pokemon clone that's 25 years too late. But if you like it, that's all that matters. I don't think that it's necessarily a good idea in terms of like if you're just stonk dogging it and trying to invest using it. But again, you do you. But yeah, not for me. Basic Trainer is a huge MetaZoo fan, and I still love him even though he has that preference. Yeah, the title change, I don't know. Leon, like he's like constantly changing his thumbnail and titles of the videos. So I don't know if it's like some kind of super hack where you get extra views because people think it's a whole different video or something. I don't know exactly, but it seems like he does that with almost every video. Is it a real strategy? And oh my god, I hate so like the video titles where it's just like I did a thing or you wouldn't believe what happened ? I was just like, what? Can you just tell me what the video is? Like it makes me not want to click on it. I hate it so much. Real strategy and effective? Damn it. Well, guess I'm gonna have to start renaming and thumbnailing everything. I don't wanna make thumbnails as it is, let alone make 2. We are going to get dogged on here. Assault tackled. Can we stop playing against stuff that's immune to stuff? Please and thank you, game. Alright, so our Arceus V-Star is our last hope, and we can't put enough energy on him in order to win the game. Feels bad. Oh, actually, if he does 130... If he doesn't have a way to... it's going to discard a special energy? What kind of bamboozler is that? So we're going to take 2 hits before we can 2-hit him, so we lose. Holy codes, boys. Astral codes, astral codes. Alright, let's play one more game, and then we're going to call it a stream. Not going great today. I'm getting... Oh, we'll check out my Battle Pass prizes or whatever, too. Skull Crossbones. Rip me. We played against a lot of Palkias at first, and now we're playing... Now we're playing against a lot of stuff that has... I don't take damage from Vs or VMAXs. Shrek's Box, what's up? You're just in time for the final game. Need a W on this final game, but we're not playing until we get one. This is it. This is it. Do or die. Doing good. How you doing, Trex? Do or die time. All right, we got the double turbo. We got the Flareon V. We got Flareon VMAX. We are banging. We're good to go. As long as, we're playing against a Blissey deck. Hopefully it doesn't have the Miltank. That would be annoying. We get another Flareon V too. Oh my god. All right, Trinity Charge. We can't Trinity Charge because it's first turn. They didn't get to go. Take it back. The new style of, yeah, this is Ptcgl, or Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, and I don't like the style of it. It's kind of disappointing. It's still a good card game because it's still the Pokemon Trading Card Game, but I don't know. I would rather it look like you're actually playing the card game. You're gonna watch UAP on DNA's channel, Rattle? What? How long is that? When is it going on? I think I asked what was going on or what time that was at, and it was. I don't know, like the avatars. It doesn't feel very Pokemon. I don't like the fact that it's got like so much empty space. If you look at a lot of the cards, like the foil is lazy and they like the animation. Could look them a lot better. If they get a Miltank, we lose. Alright guys, this has been the day of Palkia and everything that doesn't take damage from bees. Let's take a look at what we got from the no, I would say like Magic Arena just looks a whole lot better in terms of like, I don't think you necessarily need, I don't need an animation of like a Charizard breathing fire all over me when I put a Charizard down, but just make the cards look like actual cards. Like Ptcgl is definitely outdated in terms of graphics and stuff like that, and make the characters use more art in the background, make the table look like an actual table playing the card game. But yeah. That, and there's a lot of bugs and stuff in it, but just, I mean, I guess we can excuse them because it's in beta and has been for a very long time now. But, oh, we got the Typhlosion V-Star. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got more dust on the bottle. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, have a good day. Join the Discord if you haven't already. There's more and more people in there every day. Very good time. Thanks so much. Bye.